So my initial reaction when I saw the post about Sabrina Carpenter's new album was, wow, is that the cover? That's really clever. Good for her. And then I read the comments, and we're very much not on the same page.
We have to talk about Sabrina Carpenter because the internet is going wild after she dropped the cover art for her new album, Man's Best Friend. The reactions? All over the place. Some folks are confused, others are calling it satire, and then there are fans who are straight up obsessed. It's turning into a full-blown moment, and we're diving into all the chatter, plus what Sabrina herself spilled in her new Rolling Stone interview, where she got real about her sense of humor, the haters, and everything in between. So here's what went down. Sabrina just announced her next album, Man's Best Friend, and it came with two bold images. The first, Sabrina on all fours, rocking a sultry look. And the second, a close-up of a pet collar with the title Man's Best Friend in bold letters. She dropped the bombshell in her caption, "My new album, Man's Best Friend, is out August 29th, 2025. Can't wait for it to be yours. Pre-order now." Fans were shook, not just because of the visuals, but because she's dropping a whole new project while still in the middle of her Short and Sweet tour, which runs until November. Like, how is she even managing this? She cleared up the confusion in her newsletter, writing, "My new album, Man's Best Friend, releases August 29th. Boom! She said what she said. And now the internet can't stop buzzing. "I wasn't even planning to drop a new album," Sabrina admitted. But when the creative spark hit, she ran straight to the studio. And even when it didn't hit, she still showed up. That's real hustle. Luckily for her, life started throwing a lot her way, and suddenly the ideas were flowing like crazy. She said she didn't overthink a thing this time, and making Man's Best Friend felt way more chill compared to her older projects, where she used to struggle. This time, it just clicked like riding a bike. Sabrina said the whole process came together effortlessly, like the songs were just waiting for her to bring them to life. She even took it back to her roots, revisiting legends she grew up loving, Stevie, Dolly, Donna, and more, and realized that a lot of those icons were dropping albums every year back in the day. That blew her mind. She's not saying that'll be her routine from now on, but it definitely gave her peace about dropping this album now, when it just felt right. She ended her message with love, writing, "I am endlessly grateful to you who is reading this for your trust in me, and I can't wait to share these stories with you. Pre-order, pre-save, pull up, all my love, Sabrina." But now, let's get into the drama. The moment she posted that cover art, the internet lit up. The pose she's in, it instantly sparked a wave of controversy online. Comments started flying left and right, and not everyone is feeling it. People lost it online after seeing the album cover. Some were calling it straight up degrading, claiming it was setting feminism back decades. Others fired right back, saying, "It's clearly satire. It's commentary. Calm down." But the internet doesn't do calm, so the whole thing exploded into chaos. Some even accused Sabrina of stirring up drama on purpose, saying it felt like rage bait meant to trigger reactions. Right after she posted the announcement, the comments were brutal. One person said, "I feel like that one friend who's too woke right now, but Sabrina, girl, in this political climate, Jordan Sweet was for the girls. This new album, not giving that." Another wrote, "The cover, Man's Best Friend? Woof, woof. That's disgusting. Not vibing with it at all." People were confused about her message. Some thought she was mocking how men treat women, while others didn't see any deeper meaning at all. A few fans said, "She's really leaning into this man's best friend thing, but who's actually relating to that right now?" Another said, "It's so degrading. It doesn't land right. Everyone's acting like it's a clever take on how men view women. But why keep feeding into that? That's not the feminist win you think it is." Someone even went as far as saying, "The album cover is giving 1950s housewife energy as like women being put in their place." It's disappointing. TikTok started flooding timelines with people side-eyeing the whole concept. One viral post said, "How are you gonna drop a song about men treating you badly, then pose like a pet on the cover?" One viral comment hit hard. "Then your album cover is the man dragging you across the floor by your hair?" The fan added, "I love her, but this is making me sad." And that video, it racked up over 80,000 likes. Clearly, people are feeling all kinds of ways. Some are still holding out hope, thinking maybe the rest of the songs will reveal a deeper message and help make sense of this wild concept Sabrina's going for. But her defenders came in hot. They pointed out that this is totally in line with her usual style. Sabrina's been roasting guys in her songs lately, especially on her Short and Sweet album, where she basically clowns their behavior without holding back. Fans argued that the new album cover is a setup. She's showing how some men view women only to flip the script in the actual songs. One popular theory, this cover is her way of exposing how she's been treated, like she's mocking the way guys tried to control or diminish her. And with the lead single titled Man-Child, it sounds like she's gearing up to call out every trashy behavior she's ever dealt with. People are saying this is all part of her plan. Show how women are seen, then burn that image down in the lyrics. Still, the backlash hasn't stopped. The comments keep rolling in, with fans and critics battling it out in her mentions. Sabrina's fans weren't letting the backlash slide. They jumped in defending her hard. Are they forgetting the lead single is literally called Man-Child? It's obviously satire, one person pointed out. Folks were saying people totally missed the point, that satire is meant to be criticism. Sabrina's not agreeing with the stuff people are mad about. She's calling it out. Another fan explained, the cover is showing how men view women. Not that she's actually acting like a pet for a man. It's symbolic, but the internet wasn't ready for the layers. Some were annoyed by the outrage, writing things like, 26 years of her jokes not landing, bless her satire. Hope the angry ones finally get it. Others were vibing with the visuals and defending her signature sarcasm. She's sarcastic. That's her thing. She doesn't like men. She's made that clear over and over again. People were also saying she's flipping the script, taking back the story that women are just there for male entertainment. It's not to be taken literally, one person stressed. It's her mocking that view, not promoting it. Another added, sorry if y'all missed it, but it's a really simple concept. At the heart of it, fans are saying the whole album seems to be about pushing back against being reduced to a man's fantasy, especially with tracks like Man-Child, which drags immature guys through the mud. TikTok lit up with reactions, and some users were straight up over the whole drama. One person joked, realized I'm a little too freaky for this Sabrina Carpenter album cover discourse. Y'all have fun with this one, though. Another didn't hold back, saying, the people criticizing Sabrina Carpenter's new album cover for Man's Best Friend are so obtuse. How do you miss the obvious irony and wordplay? And honestly, that wordplay is kind of her signature move. She loves flipping phrases and dropping clever double meanings into everything she does. None of you have ever used context clues in your life, and it shows, someone added, dragging the haters for not seeing the bigger picture. Then, just a day after the album art dropped, Sabrina's Rolling Stone cover story went live. The headline? How Sabrina Carpenter's dream came true. And it was packed with insight. In the article, she opened up about her new album, her sense of humor, and how women constantly get picked apart, especially when they're bold, sarcastic, or don't fit the mold. Sabrina explained that humor is her go-to when delivering truth bombs. It's how she makes hard truths hit without being too heavy. Fans already know her style, blending sweetness with shade, especially when she's singing about the men who've wronged her. And according to Rolling Stone, Sabrina is very self-aware. She knows exactly what she's doing with her irony, her jokes, and the way she calls things out through her art. Sabrina's not just throwing out sarcasm for laughs, there's a whole method to it. In her Rolling Stone interview, she gives thoughtful, real answers about why she leans so hard into humor. Part of it is because people won't stop asking her about it, but it's also because she's more locked in with herself now than she's ever been. Since she was a teen, she saw humor as her sharpest weapon. It's how she says exactly what she means without coming off as harsh or cold. She explained, I didn't really want to be nice just to please people. I figured out I could use sarcasm, to be honest, and it wouldn't make me seem rude or difficult to work with. That hits deep. Sabrina knows firsthand how women are expected to twist their words or sugarcoat their tone just to avoid being labeled the wrong way. But now she's over that. It doesn't make you a bad person to be assertive or to know what you want, she said. And that mindset is all over her new music. She also said her jokes help soften tough truths. They make her message sting a little less. And it's not just for fans, it's how she talks in real life. It's how I communicate with my friends, my family, and with lovers, she shared. Sabrina made it clear there's not a mean bone in her body. But on those rough days, tossing in a joke just helps her express herself without sounding bitter. Honestly, who can't relate to that? Sabrina's got a name for her stressed out alter ego. She calls her Bitchy Brina, and honestly, mood. Behind the scenes, she deals with anxiety and pressure just like anyone else, but she's found ways to channel it into her art. And that's exactly what she did with Manchild, the lead single that kicked off this new album era. Jack Antonoff, who worked on the track with Sabrina and Amy Allen, opened up about the creative process. And he made it clear, this isn't just another pop album. Jack said the whole vision for Man's Best Friend snapped into focus the second Manchild came to life. They finished it right before the new year, along with 2 other bangers, and something just clicked. When I heard those 3, I was like, oh my God, Jack said. You could see the whole album from that point. The songs had such a strong identity. He went on to say this might be some of the most honest work he's ever heard. And no, it's not a love letter to men. Jack explained, there's something really celebratory about it, but most of the lyrics are about disappointment in relationships, all the different forms it takes. It's a celebration of being let down. That's a whole vibe right there. So if anyone still thinks this album cover is about praising men or being submissive, nah, it's way deeper than that. This project sounds like it's about surviving bad relationships, dealing with pain, and flipping those experiences into something powerful. Sabrina's not glamorizing the struggle. She's exposing it, raw and loud. Sabrina didn't hold back in the interview. She straight up addressed the shift in her tone, especially with the more sensual energy in her recent music. But according to her, it's not random at all. It's what people want from her. She said, it's always so funny when people complain. They're like, all she does is sing about this. But those are the exact songs y'all made popular. She's not wrong. Fans are obsessed, reposting the steamy stuff night after night. She called it out plain and simple. Those are the clips you post. Those are the songs you comment on. I can't control that. And even though her shows include plenty of ballads and deeper tracks, people tend to ignore all that. It's ironic, and Sabrina knows it. She added, there's so many more moments than just the sexy ones, but that's what gets the spotlight. She's not mad about it, but she does admit that it adds pressure. I feel like I always have to be funny, she said, and that kind of expectation can weigh heavy. This topic clearly hits deep for her, and it came back up again in a follow-up phone call weeks later. Sabrina said, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I honestly feel like I've never lived in a time where women are being picked apart more for everything. From her lyrics to her outfits to how she jokes and performs, she's under a magnifying glass and she knows it. And Sabrina wasn't just speaking for herself. She made it clear, I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about every female artist making art right now. That hit even harder considering this was all said before the internet blew up over her Man's Best Friend cover. It's like she knew exactly what was coming, and her words still ring true. Because once again, people zeroed in on her being sexy, ignoring everything else she's trying to express through her work. It's wild how folks always skip over the deep emotional tracks and jump straight to judging the bold visuals. Sabrina's art is layered. Some people just choose not to see that. And when it comes to this album cover, a bunch of people didn't see any art in it at all. They were just flat out disappointed, even disgusted. But now I want to hear your take. Do you think Sabrina pushed the envelope too far? Or is the internet just doing what it always does, overreacting and missing the bigger picture? Drop your opinions in the comments. I'm reading all of them. And listen, if you made it this far, you have to hit that subscribe button. This is No Filter, and we drop 2 celebrity gossip drama videos daily. Yes, 2. You don't want to miss the next scandal, twist, or meltdown. So, like the video, share it with your group chat, smash that bell icon, and let's keep this drama rolling. See you in the next one.